Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner alongside my friend Frank Navalo. We are at the most historic course in the world, Frank, the old course at St. Andrews.
I can't believe it was established in 1552, and it's just a pleasure to play. 7 shared greens. If you want to sort of do the maths on that, know exactly where you are.
Oh, 7 private Ryan, that's a rope goal.
18. For example, if you're on the second, it'll share it with the sixth. And there is 4 greens that aren't shared at all. That's 1, 9, 17, and 18. But just an absolute pleasure. And it's actually fun to play the course.
Ah, you bastard.
In the water. Now on to his 3rd shot after the last one went into the water. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes...
Are you watching it, Jay?
Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf.
Somebody's watching it anyway.
Rich, I thought he could get this far.
Just a mind blower right there. Absolutely incredible. He made the shot. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with the prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course, because the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
So on a putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Oh, I should have moved it a left a bit.
Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. On the tee box here at the 3rd now, Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
Well, you can. This hole, the 3rd hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable, but a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or a short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the 3rd and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Locked in on the read and the speed. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. Let one go. Really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes on.
Right now at the 4th hole.
Yeah, long par 4. 2 choices, whether he's game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Collects another birdie for that stroke and goes to 2 under. Par 5, this is where players look to make the move in a major championship. How does this 5th hole par 5 measure up, Frank?
Well, if you can avoid the bunkers, they're actually left and right, but especially that little group of 3 bunkers, then it sets up well. It'll be a blind second shot, but you try and guide your second shot.
Give me shit him again, Sean.
In front of you, which are called the spectacles.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. And now the second shot here at this par 5. How about that terrific approach shot setting up a makeable eagle putt? Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Moving on to the par 4 6th hole here at this hole shares a green actually with the 12. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot, 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway, and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those, and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front. That was nuclear.
Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be.
Hey, you want to run your bed, Jay?
Looking at the flag in front of you.
Settles in over the putt. Has a hat trick and looking for more. 3 birdies over the ball for the 7th. If you had a scripted game plan here, what would it look like?
You could drive this pretty close to the green. This is a green that's shared with the 11th, the par 3. And so you won't see that tee shot finish, but you can actually drive very, very close to a bunker called the shell, which is the one that protects the par 3 11th. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. That's a birdie for McIlroy. It's just so explosive. Par 3 8th hole here at the Open Championship. Frank, why is it so difficult to get the ball close here?
Well, there's the bunker on the This is the first par 3 that you'll play, and it's just tough to judge that distance perception. You've really got to be accurate on your yardage here.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row.
He can't be that good.
Really
No problem, mate. Catch you later.
another birdie. This is impressive. Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway. There are some on the left side, plus that gorse on the left.
Who did you lose all your chips, mate? That's a sin.
Then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Might be. Could be. And he has it. That was a nearly flawless
right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. You're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. We are about 170 yards from the hole.
You looking at more, Jay? Have you?
Good looking shot right here. Frank, what's ahead after missing the par 3 here?
A tricky little shot coming up, but really this is a difficult par 3, so if you can get this up and down, it still won't be a lost cause.
And he's made the green. This putt for par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the 12th, Frank, when you peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze, because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. Touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There's Gorse left and right.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. This, the second shot here at the par 4.
Oh, what?
You know, great effort, a little too strong. Didn't take the break.
He's got a birdie chance now coming back. He can really get red hot with the putt. Let's see what McIlroy does. Here's the par 4, 13th hole of the old course.
Aye, no problem, mate. On you go.
Power, or do you go with precision?
Well, you'd like a nice mixture
Aye,
of
you
both,
go, buddy.
Rich. If you can take those coffins out of play, that's the name for those series of bunkers sort of down the middle.
No
And
problem
obviously
at all,
got a
mate.
much
Catch
shorter
you later
shot
on then.
And then you've got a chance to actually have a full view of the screen.
No problem at all, mate. See you later on, buddy, right? Take care.
Well, par 4s are not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. Big strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Frank, the 14th is a big par 5, chance to make a big move, but also possibility of making a big number if you're not careful.
Yeah, you've got to be very aware of the out of bounds on the right side, even though it does move to the right. Ideal tee shot is down the right side. That gets very close to that, because then that opens up the second shot and keeps that tee shot away from that proper bunkers called the birdies. There's a big cross bunker up ahead that has to be avoided for the second shot. If you're long enough, you can reach this par 5 and 2, but this green with so many undulations, it is anything other than flat.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Frank, he might like this one. He might like it. He's got a lot of it, Frank. Maybe eagle. Frank, one of the always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot. This is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. It makes the green in regulation. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Headed to rarefied territory already. 15 under par for the round. The 16th hole is a par 4 here at the old course, Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here, but the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder because you'll have to bring it across that little pot bunker in the front.
Wow, Frank, look at that. How it just blistered that tee shot.
That has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Whee! Come back to me.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. This is a cross-country special. Wow, that fooled me. I thought that was in.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Boy, it looked like Ben Crenshaw right there. That was smooth and easy, right to heart. Frank, this is sort of bizarre. You're standing on the tee at the road hole, one of the most famous par 4s in the sport, and you're aiming for a hotel?
Well, you're aiming over a series of letters. Let's say the Old Course Hotel. If you can hit it exactly over that U, then you will be in the right place, which hopefully is down the middle of the fairway. You'll avoid that weather on the left. That bunker up ahead, the road hole bunker. Remember David Duval? He got stuck in there. Years ago, Tommy Nakajima, he could hardly ever get that ball out, and in the end succumbed, I think, to double figures. So the hole has more than one way to trap you. So stay away from the road.
On the green in regulation. Settles in over the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
18-footer. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Headed for home now with a Royal and Ancient behind the green. Chance to cross the Swilken Bridge, just as Jack Nicklaus did, as Arnold Palmer did, as so many of the legends of the sport have done. This is a special place in the game. He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here in the final hole. Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's a birdie for McIlroy. It's just so explosive. Frank, solid effort today. What's your assessment?
Golf like that can certainly result in wins, that's for sure. But more importantly, the opportunity to get one.